Fucking
right.
I saw
hell.
that shit on Instagram.
It's beautiful.
Okay, guys, let's lock in.
Okay. Yes.
So, last time, we had a bit of a scuffle. God damn it, why is this still so loud? I swear, I keep turning this thing down. Hold on. There. Okay, that's better. Alright, so, we had a bit of a scuffle involving some hunters. The Red Dawn launched an attack on Marcus, Rise, Alistair, and Zell as they were trying to get back to Broke and Broken to meet up with Ophelia and Averjo. They dispatched them with one younger member running away, and after licking their wounds, they decided that they need to find this Red Dawn splinter group, and they need to eliminate it at its root. However, the Red Dawn is looking for Averjo as its main target. And as such, they'll be looking for anyone and anything related to him, or something that he holds in high regard. Was that at that point you all were wondering, where was Sylvia? We opened back up in New Orleans. A new night. Let's do those rouse checks, people.
Eh?
Can you roll for me?
Damn it!
Yes.
Hopefully my
Thank you.
rouse check's gonna be all good. Alright. Rails check. Fuck!
Sylvia does not get hungrier. Does anyone else need me to roll for them?
Well, that's me at 2 hunger now.
I love how me and Vale had the same reaction to failing our rouse checks. Just fuck.
At least I'm
Who
at
got
2 hunger.
hungrier?
If it was Alistair, it'd be like weird.
I mean, I'm also at
Fair,
2.
yeah. All right.
Oh, that rain is really coming down.
So,
Spider.
alrighty. So, it's a new night. Barons. You awake to a new announcement. Or you read the group chat. The West City Camarilla has been dissolved effective immediately. There are no details on why, but it is said that the Bayou Camarilla are holding their territory for now, but they're holding them loosely. There will be a scrambling free-for-all to claim these new territories in the map.
Oh, it's more
Alright.
fucking work.
Let's see.
Molly, she kind of, Ophelia kind of jostles, like Molly, like taps her, like, Molly, you up?
Yeah. What is it?
Check the group chat. Some shit's going down.
Oh, God. She, looks at her phone and just, puts an arm over her eyes. Just can we just not tonight?
Believe me, I'm trying to see. Believe me, I'm not gonna say anything, and maybe we might be able to get out of this. Just as long as no one messages us directly, we'll be fine. Let's just slowly put our phones down.
Yeah.
wait a minute. And she kind of wakes up and she's like, wait a minute. I think Joe is still on the couch.
He is actually gone.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank the gods he's gone. Okay. Ophelia, like, locks the doors to her apartment, like, okay. All right, Molly, here's what we're gonna do. We keep quiet. No one messages us. We don't have to get involved. At least not tonight.
You get a message on your phone.
Motherfucker! She punches, like, her TV, like, sends her whole fist through the TV.
Who's messaging Ophelia?
Who's the one that shall incur Ophelia's wrath?
I'm gonna roll a d4.
Yes.
God, I hope it's Rise.
It's Zell.
I can't hear Marcus.
Mhm.
Wait, it's me. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yes, Zell, you message Ophelia. What do you say? In regards to this news or whatever you wanted to do. Check in.
Zell texts Ophelia to ensure that Avajar is still contained for the moment.
Failed step
See-
1.
She looks at the text. Her normally eye patch covered eye, already fully black, just sends a picture of the empty couch and sends it like does this answer your question?
There's a 5-minute pause.
Would anyone else like to message in that time?
Oh no.
Marcus will send something. Just be like, "Yeah, saw the group chat?" Question mark.
Ophelia is just like she's getting very irate, and she's like, I just decided to not have the group chat set up. Yes, of course I saw it.
Marcus replies with, "Listen, it's a 50-50 chance of you reading any message that comes through to your phone."
And there's a 50-50 chance of me throwing a Chevrolet Impala through your fucking window.
I wanted to let you know, I think we should just stay out of it, considering we have already a lot on our plate.
I apologize for my previous outburst.
Thank you. Look, we have a lot going on. Our plates are already full enough. Let's just stay out of this. We don't need the
Ophelia-
extra space. We don't need the extra work.
As Marcus says, our plates are already full enough. Ophelia takes a picture of Molly laying down on the dining room table.
Took me a second. Alright. She's just staring into a bowl of cereal.
That's my plate right there, and it is definitely full.
I'm just going to ignore the previous messages. Anyway,
Zell texts back, "There's a note on the pillow in the couch."
She looks at the note and it's just like, how did I not notice that? And she picks it up and goes to read it. Is it in cursive?
Ophelia, no, it is not.
Okay,
Ophelia,
good.
you see that it starts out coherent enough, but it's like someone scribbled over it. And they were making a lot of mistakes. You can see where words were scratched out and started over. but eventually, in deep ink, just over all the message, it just says, "Find Sylvia." Over and over again.
And she's like, and she sends a text like, and she sends a text to Marcus like, Marcus, can you go stop by Sylvia's place?
The new one or the old one?
Whichever one she might fucking be at.
I have her employed right now. I know exactly where she is.
Don't say it like that. That's just don't.
Marcus replies with 3 points. 1, I gave her employment after the whole fiasco with the police. 2, I relocated her after everything with the police. And 3, I've been keeping very close tabs on her just to make sure nobody else is following her ass.
I knew you were into voyeurism, but goddamn.
Is that actually sent to him?
Yes.
This is Ophelia we're talking about.
Yeah.
Marcus sends, you get one more tonight. And that's it.
Whatever you say, whatever you say. And she's like, now, can you go check on Sylvia? Apparently Joe wrote on this big fucking note that we need to find her. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have marital duties to take care of.
I swear. Marcus has put his phone down and says this out loud. I don't know if Jade is in the room. I'll let you decide that. He's like, I swear, I feel like I'm the ringmaster with a circus full of clowns.
Well, better the ringmaster than a clown. That didn't come out right.
No, it didn't, but I understand what you're trying to say.
It'll be alright.
Marcus sends in the group chat to everyone. Meet at Broken, 1:30 p.m. 1:30 a.m. I'll make sure Sylvia is there. Somebody try and find Joe.
Alright, Molly. Looks like we're not getting that quiet night that we wanted. Put down the Lord of the Rings. Put down the Lord of the Rings box set. Alright. They're coming to Broken at 1 a.m. What time is it now, Molly?
6:30?
Okay. And she puts her phone on the on the couch. We have 7-ish hours. We have a couple options. We can look for Joe. We can help Marcus with Sylvia. We can do some other third thing. Or me, that bedroom.
Yes.
I like the way you think.
Alright, so what would everyone like to do at this point?
Marcus is going to give Sylvia a call.
Alright.
Is it ringing?
Yes, it's ringing.
You have to say ring ring.
Ring, ring.
Ring ring, it's the store phone that's ringing.
What's this?
Eat the spider!
What's the store called?
Heck, I gotta check my notes.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
an-
say we haven't used this store in a minute.
It's an auto body shop, right? Or
Yeah.
wait, no, it could be the financial office.
I just want
Let's
to
go
know
with
what
the
to say when I
financial
pick up
office.
the phone.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Hey, look who's arrived.
Oh, we
He
Hey,
has
found you.
arrived.
It's
I'm
the
driving
resident.
home, so I'm good. My service is going to be shitty for the next 30 minutes.
Hey, Jesse.
Oh, good.
Cooper
Hey,
Savings
it's good
and
to see
Loan.
ya!
It's good to see you too.
Okay, wow. Enthusiasm, lovely. It's Cooper Savings and Loan.
Okay, all right. I pick up the phone on like the eighth time. I say, Cooper Savings and Loan. This is Sylvia.
You don't gotta sound so down when I'm calling. How you doing, by the
Oh.
way?
Hey, Marcus. I'm fine, I guess. What day is it?
What day would it
Fox.
be?
Fox, would you mind muting
great
really quick?
storyteller.
Cause okay, there we go. Alright. Let's say it's Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, Thursday? Why?
Oh. I just lost track of time. Feels like I've been here for an eternity.
It does tend to feel like that.
Why are you calling? Are you firing me?
Gods no, I'm making sure you're safe. But everyone's starting to worry because we haven't heard from you, so gonna have everybody meet up later tonight. You in?
I don't know. I might be busy later. Where are we meeting?
Broken?
Oh. Yeah, I can be there.
Alright, it's not gonna be until like 1:30 a.m., so you should be
Or-
fine.
Yeah.
How's that $50 an hour treating you, by the way?
Damn, $50. Can I get some work there? Shit. Hang on.
No, not with the way that Ophelia talks to Marcus. No.
Damn. You a stone
By
cold
the way,
bitch.
this is the wages on top of what Miss Cooper already pays you, Sylvia.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
basically
Marcus-
getting a bonus from Marcus to basically stay put.
Marcus's bonus for Sylvia above board is $100,000 annually.
I don't know what the fuck I need
Which
all this
roughly
money for, but I'm grateful, you know.
You could buy a killer
Mark-
rat palace for Templeton.
And I'm over here paying my employees $43 an hour with tips. Shit.
Where the fuck you get all this money from anyway? Never mind. I don't want to know.
For Marcus's end, legitimate business offerings from Ophelia. She stole it from an older rich white man.
The funny thing is you think that most of my money is legitimate.
I didn't say most of it. I said some of it.
Fair enough.
I stole every ounce of the fucking bank account that Ophelia's got. You have to remember, she fucking murdered her sire and then liquidated his assets and left like within a couple days.
That's so
Good
valid.
point.
It's back in the 70s when they didn't question it as hard.
Also a good point. Anyway. Yeah, just come on
The good old
down.
days.
The good old days. Just come on down, take a break. Not like you really have to worry about money right now.
Sure. Yeah. I'll be there. 1:30. Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Sylvia hangs up.
Very succinct.
She's like that. She's probably putting
yeah,
all
Marcus-
the money away for her kid.
Sorry, what?
I would have said Marcus has been, periodically updating her through messages with what's been going on.
Mm.
The hunters, everything. Just, he doesn't talk that business over business lines. Marcus knows. What? Phones can be tapped.
Got like
Owl
a
is
good
actively listening
VPN.
to all of our conversations.
Speaking
Marcus
of,
is-
Morgan, you are recording this, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Good. Right. What would everyone else like to do now? You've got a good chunk of time before the meeting at Broken Broken.
I'll say this: Marcus is going to take some time to just sit with Jade and wedding plan.
Okay. Give me. Let's do charisma and craft.
Okay.
Or charisma and. Charisma and etiquette for like all the logistics planning.
That's a little better. Oh, Pullman. Roll flat. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Hey. Six successes.
And a messy critical. So you are now obsessed with this planning.
Oh, no.
Are we gonna
Well,
have
there goes
another
Marcus for the
tirade?
night.
I'll say that until like everything is like smoothed out, or like you just act like a dad with like all the photos in his pocket, just like, I'm planning a wedding. Like you cannot help but mention it to people.
Just a casual conversation. We need to figure out who's taking these territories. You're right, because one of them might be taking over the territory of the wedding venue. Wait, what?
Just the wait. What? Don't worry about it.
I hate to admit it, but Ophelia will probably go look for Joe.
All right, give me
She's gonna try and
Either-
sniff him out.
either wits and streetwise or intelligence investigation.
We'll go. We'll go wits and streetwise because I got more than that. She is gonna be in her werewolf state, so she is gonna be sniffing him out. Submit. Ugh. All right, that's one success. Let me re-roll that.
You
other
do
one.
regain your willpower, so let me just. There.
Oh yeah, thank you. I am gonna re-roll that one. All right, 2 successes. There we go.
From what you're able to clue in from the vague letter, you go to search for Averjo where you think he might be. You head to Sylvia's old apartment. You do not see him.
Ugh. If I was an old, decrepit man, where would I be? A nursing home. Who said that?
Do you check anywhere else?
She's gonna check. So she checked to there. She's just gonna check anywhere she can. Really, she's got plenty of time. She's gonna
Okay.
check around, just see like if
say
she can
that-
get anything on him.
I'll say that you do sort of like look around and you ask around. You don't see Averjo, but you catch a glimpse of somebody familiar.
She walks up to that familiar person.
They Let me roll here. They see you coming, and they start walking faster. They've
Are we
recognized you.
are we in a crowded space?
I'll say that you're on the streets. It's a relatively crowded space.
Are we still on Bourbon Street?
I'll say that you're headed back to that area.
All right, she's gonna blink and just like grab this person by the back of their their shirt. Just
I did say this is a crowded area. If you blink, you will run into someone.
that's true. All right, ignore that. She's just going to. What do I have? Oh, they're starting to walk faster. What do I have?
You have. I am small.
She's going to. Yeah, that would be high risk if it's that. She's going to speed up to catch them, just like a quick like to like just grab them.
Okay. I'll say that this is Dex and Athletics.
Death and athletics. I can't fucking use my tongue today, apparently. Ooh, 4 successes.
They got 3, so you are able to close the distance in a few strides. And upon getting closer, you recognize this. You recognize this person. It's one of those people who were looking for Averjo before the Red Dawn were. It's the girl.
And she looks at them and is like, Didn't I tell you to fucking scram? At this point, your words are going to cause more of an issue. Is the other one with you? Or are you by yourself? Speak
She-
honestly, because I've got the back of your skull in the palm of my hand.
She, like, swallows and, like, bites her lip, and she just shakes her head no. Like, he's not with her.
Is there a way? I don't think I have a way to tell if she's lying or not.
You could do wits and insights.
What's in? I have no insight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she's going to like squint, and she's going to look for like an alleyway and like casually just she's gonna move her grip from the back of her hand to like her lower back and like gently in quotes guide her into like the alleyway.
You are the Iron Fist and the Velvet Glove at this moment. You leave no room for argument. She follows. She's trembling. You can see that she has some shopping bags, various camcorder repair equipment, various other technological things. A pint of ice cream, just as a treat. And she is very, very nervous.
As soon as they're in the alleyway and like out of view, Ophelia is going to like turn her around and copy dom her against like the wall, like spin her around and then hand like to the side of her head and just like, mind telling me what you're doing here?
Look, we meant no trouble, honest. We live in this area. It's outside of your
Breathe slower. I can't understand you. In for 3. Hold it for 4. Out for 5.
She takes a minute. My brother and I live in this area for the time being.
Why are you looking?
It's-
Why are you still looking for him?
We just want to study. We think that there's some. We just want to understand you better, and like gestures, like in general.
She quirks an eye. Is this a white woman?
Mixed.
She quirks an eyebrow in a way, just like. Hmm?
Understand. She like lowers her voice. Blanks.
Oh, kindred, you mean?
She nods. And he has a wealth of knowledge. We
A
can.
wealth of knowledge that could be used against him. As much as the guy gets on my fucking nerves, he's still an ally.
We don't want to hurt him. We just want to
Yes.
know what he knows. And we want to know. He's like a cryptid in your society. We don't know why. The older that you get, the more powerful you get, the more mysterious, the more it's hard to explain without sounding like a total nut job.
Ophelia will like lean back, pull a cigarette out, put it in her mouth, offer the girl one,
She shakes her head.
and she lights it, and then she try me.
We want to understand what makes you different. What makes kindred different. How they age, what they remember. They can offer a window into archaeology and theories that have been up in the air for millennia.
She like pauses for. Ophelia pauses for a second, and is like, "Hang on a second." And she looks at the girl, and then it's like, "Tell me when this first started. That's what's got me going. Why the interest in you know, us?" Ophelia has been very careful whenever she's talked to this girl to not really show her teeth because it's so abnormal for other kindred. So she's like, us per se.
The girl kind of looks away and says, I don't really like to talk about it.
Well, you're standing here in an alleyway where people can't see you, and you are one, and she flicks the wall behind her, leaving a pretty decent like crack in the concrete of those from death. I don't think you really have much of bargaining power.
Roll manipulation and intimidation for me. I'm gonna give you a +1 advantage.
All right. You know what? Do I have Daunt?
Oh
I'm gonna
wait,
add-
you also have obvious predator.
Yeah, obvious predator and Daunt. So I'm gonna activate Daunt, which will give me a +1, plus that other
Okay.
+1 from yours. So that's a. Yeah, so I think that's just a +1 because then this just adds my presence to it. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna re-roll those 3. That's bull. 2 successes. Fuck.
I'll say that, yeah, she kind of looks uncomfortable, but like holds herself a little bit tighter. Our parents Well, they were sucked into the underbelly, so to speak. They owed someone a lot, and it wound up costing them their lives.
Let me guess. They owed somebody. That somebody so happened to be a kindred, perhaps? She kind of looks at the girl, gauging if she's on the right track.
She nodded. She nods.
And so now you want to understand us better, either for scientific and study purposes, or for the typical, kind of
Sort of.
like does the whole like motion of like staking them through the heart sort of thing.
So, yes and no. The government approached us not long after. My brother was hell-bent on getting revenge. And we eventually did, but after that, you just keep on going, and she shakes her head.
So the government wants to know about us.
We're independent from them, mostly, now.
So, I guess it comes to this. Why should I keep you alive? You've clearly stated that you are investigating us, know a lot of knowledge about us, and, to be perfectly honest, me simply talking to you right now is a breach of our little masquerade.
Please,
What's my reason for not tying up a loose end?
please, we're as discreet as we can be. We're as discreet as we can be. We don't hurt anyone.
Your brother seems pretty intent on it.
Her face hardens a little bit. I dragged him out of that life before it could consume him.
Ophelia walks up to the girl and like takes her chin with like her index finger under her chin and her thumb on her chin and kind of tilts her head up to look at her, to have her look at her. Stubborn. And not too hard on the eyes either.
You can feel her swallow against your hand.
So you want to know more about us, don't you?
Yes.
What are you willing to do for that information?
Her eyes kind of dart around and then sort of light up in realization. You're not.
No. But I'm making you an offer. But you have to tell me, what are you willing to sacrifice for it? How badly do you want answers?
She kind of closes her eyes and you can see like a few tears. Just don't hurt my brother. And I'll do anything.
Ophelia takes her hand away and is like, I'm not going to hurt your brother. God, it's like, fuck. I mean, I know I look like this. And she does that thing where she like, you pull like your lips back and you show like your teeth and your tongue. I know I'm like this, but
She cringes.
I'm not, unlike what most people think, I'm not a monster in all terms. What are you doing for work at the moment?
Independent journalist.
How much is that raking you in?
Enough to get by.
You want a little more to get by?
She kind of raises an eyebrow. What are you implying?
I run an establishment that employs both mortals and people like myself. You want information on us. We tend to enjoy our nightlife. I will only offer you this, though, on a condition. You and your brother, lest he decide he wants to try and kill me, and us, move to a location that I specify, partially for your safety and partially to ensure that you can be properly watched until I can trust you completely. 2. Any information that you have is encoded and decrypted and watched by someone of my choosing. And 3, you don't cause a mess.
I'd say this is manipulation persuasion
I
or
have no
manipulation
persuasion.
intimidation.
Let's go persuasion and intimidation because I still have my daunt up.
Yeah.
Hey, 2 successes. Not bad.
She got 4 successes.
Ugh, that's fair. I'm not good at this whole talking thing.
She kind of frowns. Wouldn't that just... If you don't trust us, then why risk it and put a target on your back?
Honey. And she's like, honey, if you knew the things that I've done and the things that other kindred call me, you would realize any target that you would put on my back pales in comparison to the one that's currently on mine. I have people from across the ocean who would pay millions. If I step a foot into Europe, people would pay millions to see my head on a fucking pike.
Look, we won't bother you. We won't look into you. It's only him that we want to study.
Unfortunately, if you want to study him, you've got to go through me and several other people, and by going through me, that ups your chances of not getting caught by some of the others. To be fair, though, I'm one of the harder ones to get on the good side of. Had you ran into Marcus, ugh. So, what you say? Are you looking for a place with not just the man you're searching for, but also other information? Of course, with some restrictions. Or do you want to continue playing this day by day, sneaking around in back alleys, hoping that I or some others don't catch you, and hoping that the people that really would want your information don't find you and rip your teeth out for it? Because I could keep those people from you.
If I say no, what happens then?
If you say no, I let you go on your way. I take your ice cream, but I let you go on your way. If you say yes, then we talk. More importantly, you also will end up talking to my wife. But that just comes with running a business.
She kind of thinks on it for a second.
42 an hour plus tips.
She weighs it, bites her lip, and shakes her head and holds out the bag with the ice cream in it.
Ophelia looks at the ice cream and she reaches into her cleavage and pulls out a business card for Broken, and she just slips it into like the front pocket of the girl and is like, "That's mine. If you need next time, don't be so sneaky. Just behave yourself. Got it?"
She nods and just sort of gathers herself up.
Ophelia will then just walk away. She'll pop her neck and be like, "Ugh. I don't see how Marcus does this whole talking to people thing. It's a pain in the fucking ass." Alright, back to Joe. And she continues her search for the Joe.
Let's move over to another side of town. Rise. You got 5
Home.
successes. Hello! Rise, you got 5 successes to search for Averjo. Yours is a little bit more fruitful. You ask around and you find that, yes, people have seen sort of a gangly Middle Eastern man driving a large camper van through the streets. He was heading to sort of the north end of the city last they saw, towards the lake.
Rise would, hop back on his bike and follow the trail.
All right. Where do you go specifically?
That's a great question. Let me look at the map. I guess I would just follow the directions, basically. Just heading north towards the lake. And, keep asking around every so often if I can.
All right. One moment, please. So, you start looking around this area, sort of. You're in a familiar neighborhood. This is sort of where a block or two away is Marcus's territory, but if you're up by the lake shore, it's a little bit more open. If you want to look for some more clues, give me intelligence investigation or wits and streetwise. Difficulty of 5.
Oh my!
Good luck.
5 successes!
Holy shit!
Fox, what does Rise see to pick up the trail of Averjo?
Sure. I think, Rise, I think for you, let me ask you, Rise, what do you usually look for when tracking somebody in vehicles? Is it tire tracks? Is there any particular senses that you use? How do you track people usually?
He would probably use some of his military expertise, so any kind of tracks that he sees, so in this case, tire tracks. With his heightened senses now, he probably also uses, sounds that he can hear, smells if possible, and, he has kind of a sharper vision to try and catch things that others may miss.
I think you find the precise tire tracks that Averjo's camper leaves. You always notice that his camper, when it's in like some deeper tracks, if there's mud, there's a few knobbly bits on the tires as if somebody stuck something to the tire and it just keeps rolling over it. So you recognize that specific tire track as well as get I mean, wherever he goes, there's a scent of old books, old dusty books.
Oh, Evershow, why did you leave? And he'll follow the tracks as best he can.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's jump over back to Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Sylvia, your work night has been going actually pretty good. Like, you got all of the forms done, everything's stamped, and you're sort of like wrapping up for the night. When your boss walks in. Miss Rosalie Cooper, sort of a no-nonsense woman. Let's see. So sort of older woman, sharp with numbers, in her late 50s. Like a motherly sort of kindness, but a take no prisoners kind of attitude. She is very thorough, crossing T's, dotting I's, can't end the workday if something is left unfinished. She walks in, and she sort of looks at you curiously and says, "Were you expecting any visitors, dear?"
No.
Well, there's a man at the front asking for you, and I thought I should let you know.
Oh God. Is he like unusually tall?
No, I'd say he's around average height.
Oh, okay. Well, I I guess. What did you get a name or what do they want? I don't have anyone looking for me right now that I can think of.
Hey, Sylvia, meet me in secrets for a moment, and the rest of you, we're going to take a 15-minute break.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a long personal session.
Ooh. Tasty.
Okay, I assumed Averjo was Asian for some reason. My bad.
A little bit of bronze to their skin.
I
That's-
made the
that's
most
fair.
I made the most overpowered yet boring black person I could.
Alright, let me just mute this.
Ah.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hey, everybody.
All right. So, where did we last leave off here?
Sylvia was talking to a random person because there was somebody at the front desk.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's cut back to Rise. Rise, you track Averjo's van to the Cooper Savings and Loan. It's sort of like a low brick federal building. And you can see him sort of standing almost in a daze at the front door as an older woman walks out and starts locking up.
He'll probably approach slowly, but you know, pretty like try to be obvious. He's not trying to sneak up on Averjo.
Question: what we discussed? Did he feed yet?
He has.
Okay, so he's down. So to be clear, he's at hunger 0.
Yes.
Okay, all right. He doesn't actually look like he's in too much of a daze. Actually, he's standing up straight. You've noticed that over the last few days after he's been, artificially shortened, he's grown a foot since that day, basically, over these last few days. So he's still kind of tallish, but not to his normal height, like his before artificial shortening height. Anyways.
Where do the inches keep coming from? But Rise would kind of like walk over and be like, "Hey, Joe, you good there?"
Oh, yes, quite well. How do you do, Rise?
Well, I mean, better now that I've found you. You know, Ophelia just said you had left after everything that went down. I was worried you left without, saying goodbye or something.
Oh, no, not, I wouldn't do that to you guys. Well, not when I am sound of mind would I do that to you. We know how I get sometimes, but, no. I just, I needed to have a conversation, really. And I haven't seen Sylvia in a long time, so, yeah.
Oh, he like looks up at the building. Oh, is this so this is where she's working now?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm currently checking, actually, so.
Ah, got you. Well, don't let me intrude. I just, get nervous.
Well, you're here already, so might as well hang out.
I mean, you said you had to have a conversation with Sylvia. I wouldn't want to, barge in.
Oh, no, but, I always like company, regardless of who it is. And while I was looking to have a personal conversation, yeah, you can always sit in. I don't mind.
Rise will kind of
The
shrug
more
and just...
the merrier.
He'll, like, nod and look over towards his bike. I could just be there if you wanted company after. Listen,
That's good.
we each have our own things that we like to keep to ourselves. I'm not here to force you to tell me all your secrets or anything.
Nah, I wouldn't expect it. Though I wouldn't really care if you did ask.
Well, if I think of something, well, then I'll ask. How's that?
Sounds fantastic. How you doing after the whole ordeal, by the way? Still waiting to hear back from the woman that was at the front desk here. So, we've got a moment.
Fair enough. Well, I should probably finish finding some supplies. Rise still has, let me see, 4 superficial damage as at hunger 3 at this point, so... yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing
I just-
okay.
Yes, I managed to take care of that this morning currently, so feeling too well. If you need help with that, I don't know, maybe we could go hunt together or something along the lines. I could help out, but yeah.
Fair enough, but unfortunately, with everything that's happened to me, I'm strictly on a bagged diet. So,
Hmm. You know, I don't think we're terribly far from that one place. Stephen, or no, it's not Stephen. Marcus showed us that, he has that little blood bank bottom door kind of thing, basement. Might be able to stop by there
oh,
on our way
that's
back.
true. I didn't realize we were so close. I was kind of in the zone tracking your tires. He kind of looks away as he realizes how awkward and stalkerish that sounds.
As you're discussing, the older woman sort of comes back from locking up the doors and sort of like pauses because you are two fine gentlemen, and she kind of like sees that you are looking at her, and she kind of gathers up her coat and her purse and just sort of cautiously steps forward. Can I help you, gentlemen? We're closed for the night.
Oh, yes. Does there happen to be somebody named Sylvia here?
I'm sorry, sir, we're not allowed to give out the names of employees.
Well, if there, I suppose that's understandable. Well, if there is a Sylvia that was ever going through, or you do ever meet somebody, that is named Sylvia, you can just let her know that, Averjo was, just wanting to get a good chat. It's been a while since we've hung out, so, if not, you can kind of forget everything I said.
Rise will kind of perk up and be like, do you still have her phone number? You could text her.
You'd think I would have thought about that. These machines still confound me sometimes. Yeah. Here. You know what? I don't feel like using my phone today. Here. You can use it.
Rise just like takes it and is like, okay. What do you want me to say? He's like looking at the phone. Is it still one of those flip phones?
The contact would be under Sylvia the Everest of all.
He just like looks at it and is like, okay, what do you want me to say?
I guess you could just turn it on and I can speak. We could do it together. Kind of like, especially if we get a voicemail, we could do a joint voicemail.
Sure, buddy, why not? And he'll like press dial to call.
You dial, it goes straight to voicemail.
Alright, buddy, voicemail. After you.
Hi, Sylvia. This is the good old buddy old chummo pal Averjo. And I've got Rise here too. Say hi, Rise.
Hey Sylvia.
We just want, well, I personally wanted to give you a good chat today. Hopefully, if we could talk, preferably tonight at some point. It's not super important, but I do miss you, and just yeah, it's not life-threateningly important, but I would very much prefer if we could speak tonight, personally. I'm feeling extra ordinarily sound of mind and would like to confer. Well, anyways, yeah, that was it. Say bye, Rise!
Bye, Sylvia. And he'll like hang up for them. And hand Joe his phone back. Well, I could always, well, you know, if she didn't answer, she might be busy. But
No, I suppose.
yeah, I guess I should, sorry. He like awkwardly starts to scoot back towards his motorcycle. I'll let you get to that, I guess.
I mean, I still have to look for her currently, so I mean, you could help me, since it seems that I got the place wrong. I mean, you found me, so
You want me to track Sylvia?
it would be ever so helpful tonight.
Oh boy, he's like thinking in his head. He's like, she's gonna kill me. I can do my best.
Yay! You know, I don't ever really say this enough, but I think you really are one of the most important additions to this group currently. I think you add a lot of sound mind to it.
There's like a small hysterical chuckle from Rise. I don't know.
No,
if
no,
any
I
of
want to
us are
do the
sound of
chuckle.
mind.
Do a small hysterical chuckle. I want to hear what it sounds like.
I also want to
Oh,
hear
God.
said chuckle.
Just like the... No, I don't think any of us are sound of mind.
Well, of course not. But you know, I mean, I love all of you. You're wonderful. But I know, I mean, I'm me, of course, and you know how that goes. Everest is very strong-willed and a person, but is prone to, well, as of her clan, fits of intense emotion and uh, very extreme reactions. Marcus is very centered on himself, you know, and I don't know. You just don't seem to. I don't know. You just don't seem to focus so much on yourself and just kind of focus on the people around you and focus on what humans are like around you. And I think that's important.
Rise offers kind of a small, sincere smile. He's like, "Thanks, Joe. That means a lot. I wasn't always the best at that, and I missed some signs. So it's good to know that I'm doing better."
Oh, yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're still really shy at certain points. But yeah, all good. Anyways, how do we find her? You think?
Well, I could just try texting her and letting her know that we're here. And if we wanted to get really towing a line of stalking, he says, I could probably reach out to Marcus and figure out where she is.
I mean, you kind of already broke the seal on stalking with finding me, so.
Thanks. He, like, picks up his phone and he texts Sylvia, and it says something along the lines of, "I know last time you saw him, you didn't really want to see him again, but it would be really helpful and really kind of you if you could speak with Averjo, and I don't have to do anything like trying to track you down for him. Thanks."
Sylvia
No, she was
texts
fun.
back. Sylvia texts back, "Oh, I blocked his number. I'm sorry he's recruited you. I have nothing to say to him, but I'm gonna be joining everyone else at the Broken tonight. So, if you want to see me, that's where I'll be."
Rise does like a thank to the universe in his head. Thank you. And he texts back and he's like, "I understand. I'll let him know that we'll be there. Listen, it's none of my business to get involved, but he's being hunted by a bunch of really bad people, so I would appreciate a conversation, but I understand if you want to kill him. Thanks again." And he'll like tuck the phone back in. So, she'll be at Broken tonight. She's not pleased with you, he says, trying to avoid being really direct.
Well, most people. I don't know many that are extremely pleased, but that's good to know. I don't even really remember what really happened. So that's unfortunate. So, unlike you, like usual, I'll be working from zero. A fun place to be.
Above board, because I think I remember the last time that they saw each other, but I think that was a private conversation, if I recall, right?
I can't remember above board. I know I
Neither
yelled
can
at
I.
I yelled
Neither
at you
can
though,
I,
bro. It
honestly.
was awesome. I remember that.
It's recorded
I-
somewhere. I'll listen back to it.
Yeah, because I was
You
about to be
remember-
like, if Rise was there, he would probably bring up, you know, a small thing of like, oh, you know, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that if it was a private conversation. I can't recall.
Oh well.
Oh well, we'll pretend it
above
was private
board.
for now.
Above board, if I'm not mistaken, I think this actually happened in the speakeasy of Crown Records.
Ah,
No.
Yeah, it did.
so Rise will just
Yeah.
kind of look at Averjo and be like, well, if I recall, the last conversation sounded a bit possessive on your end, in a way. If that helps.
Yeah, that would track.
So,
Thank you.
yeah,
Well.
I think it's better if, you know, you and Sylvia talk it out than me being here.
It would seem so. Yes, well, you know, it's not unusual to feel this way, so, why don't we, well, looks like I'm free for tonight until we go to meet up at Broken. I guess I'll just, tag along with you for a bit. Oh, I will say right now, just to be very, transparent, I will not be using any powers, or you will only get me as I am and nothing more until Broken.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna go to that bank, I guess, and get some more supplies. Probably be a bit easier than trying to hunt it down on my own.
Very true. Yes, I don't want to risk rousing the beast tonight.
He like rubs the back of his neck with one of his hands. Don't I know it?
Yeah,
especially when
Everjo,
it's
you
tired.
can. Everjo, you can say Rise is still extremely black and blue.
Well, I guess it's time. Let's go get you some foodie. Let's get you some munchies.
He like chuckles and looks over at his ride. You want to take mine or yours or separate?
Well,
They're gonna-
I don't want to leave it here, so we'll go separately.
They're gonna go on like a stoner comedy adventure movie road trip right now.
My
Cheech and
pot!
Chong.
Your pot!
This is like some Cheech and Chong shit.
Oh god.
Out of my way. My pot. Your
Your
pot.
And then
Pineapple
in
sugar.
chapter
Ophelia.
21.
That's just Ophelia and Joe in talking to each other, just like out of my way. My pot.
It was a
Your
good time.
pot. And then it's just average Joe and Ophelia on the couch. And then in chapter 26.
So Rise will kind of like half salute towards Averjo. Well, I'll meet you there. You know the address?
Oh yes, of course.
And you're okay
We'll see you.
to get there? Oop. I think we lost him for a second.
Sorry,
No,
what?
I'm here. I just was in a conversation.
No, that's all good. I was just saying real quick, and he's going through the checklist, Rise, basically, of like, where is Averageau's mentality right now? It's like, you know the address, you know how to get there, you can plug it into your phone if you don't know.
All right. So, who would like to go next? Or actually, let's pop over to Zell. What's Zell been up to?
Zell's just checking any information that may have come in since the stumbling upon Operation Blank Slate, but apart from a couple of like article stubs from Kingmaker's campaign, he's not really turning up much at all. It's either they're being very secretive or nothing's just been happening.
Give me intelligence investigation.
Intelligence investigation? I think I actually have points in that now.
Or intelligence politics.
I have points in both. I have 3 dots in investigation and 3 dots in intelligence.
Excellent.
Oh no, it was melee I didn't have points in. Well, I have points in that now, but that was one of the things I made sure to put points in because in spite of how well he did in that last fight, his melee skills were pretty subpar. Okay, intelligence investigation. Difficulty?
Just give me a straight roll.
Straight roll. Okay. 4 successes.
Lovely. So what exactly are you looking for?
Just anything concerning either the Red Dawn or anything that from Kingmaker's campaign that may stand out as particularly odd, because he is still tracking information on that for Marcus. He is helping fund his campaign after all, so he does have a personal stake in this.
All right, let's see. You... You don't really find anything. I'll tell you what you do find. Are you on any social media websites, stuff like that?
Considering he has a very public presence as a high priest of the Church of Set, yes, he does.
Okay. You sort of look through social media on places where you think you might see someone of the Red Dawn, basically something that they would be affiliated with weapons enthusiasts, gaming websites, army recruitment, army accounts, stuff like that. You only get 1 hit. It's a vague photo, obviously posted from a year or 2 ago. But you see the boy that ran away. It seems that he was a bit of an army and gun enthusiast. So it's a picture of him at a range. It's sort of out of focus, censored for, media purposes. But you do get a name. Jake Colson, age 17, U.S. Army.
Hmm. Zell does not have a very big background in the military, but he knows someone who does. He picks up the phone and contacts Rise.
Rise will pick up on like the second ring. Hello?
Rise, I need your intelligence on something for a moment.
Well, that's new, he says jokingly. How can I help?
I may have found our little runaway from the previous night.
Oh.
What do you know about the US Army?
Well, I could tell you anything about it from, 1925 maybe to 1950. But I'm guessing you want something a little more new.
Yes, that is the case. I may have possibly found our man. His name is Jake Coulson.
Well,
Roughly
I'm trying to think.
17 to 19 years of age, so as I suspected, they have children in the ranks at the moment for the Red Dawn, so they've definitely gotten more sloppy over the years.
Well, I can't say anything when they were drafting us in, 17, 18. I think I still have a few contacts. I could look into it.
I'll see if my little black hat can find any information, but we do need to track him down because he is the only survivor of our little debacle, and he has information on us that we don't want getting leaked.
Fair enough. I'll look into it on my end as well. If you find anything, tracking is one thing I am good at.
And if I find anything concerning your little issue, I will definitely let you know.
Thanks, Zell. That means a lot to me.
Like I said before, the Ministry does not like it when kindreds are cast aside like trash. If we do find the Sire, he won't be getting very far.
Good.
Speak to you later.
Talk to you
And
soon.
he hangs up.
So, let's fast forward in time a little bit. The bars are starting to do last call. Things are starting to wind down for the night, but now we all gather at Broke and Broken. Who is the first to arrive?
Probably Ophelia. She lives there.
Yeah. Besides Ophelia, who's first to arrive?
I mean, Rise and
I-
Averjo had taken a detour, so they'd probably be, a little late.
Marcus is definitely like full charge.
Did Marcus and Rise, not Marcus, did Averjo and Rise go hunting together or to the blood bank?
Well, Rise would
Yeah.
get his from the blood bank. He has to now, so.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys hung out there for a bit. It's not too far away. So, I'll say that you two arrive first.
Okay. Do you want me to do rouse checks for superficial healing?
Yes.
Okay. It's 2 per. Double check myself.
Ophelia is at like the bar, but she's in her apartment upstairs. Molly would probably be downstairs.
Yeah, Molly is, cleaning up the bar.
Sorry, Moon, can you remind me, is it 2 rouse checks per superficial?
It's just 1 rouse check for superficial.
Okay.
For you can heal 2 superficial per rouse check.
Oh, fantastic. I'll let him sit there then. So I guess Rise would kind of walk in. He's looking a little bit fresher. Still has a little bit of that black and blue. But he'll walk over and like wave over to Molly.
Oh, hey, Rise. How you doing, hun?
Well, I'm feeling a little bit better. Got some food in me, but it's still. He kind of motions to a bruise he still has. Still getting there.
Glad to hear.
Are we the first to arrive? He like points over to Averjo that's also here.
Yep, pretty much.
Averjo,
Hi, guys.
Averjo is dressed in. By the way, now you see Averjo is dressed in a floral suit. It's just very simple. It's not even a 3-piece suit. It's just a 2-piece suit. No vest, just and then of course under it there is just it's actually not even a graphic tee. It's just a black shirt.
Molly kind of chuckles and says, "You're looking sharp, Joe."
Well, I decided to look good tonight. It's not every night you get to see the world in someone's eyes.
Sure thing. You guys want your usual?
That would be great. Virgin for me tonight. I think it would be better if I'm not drinking.
Okay. And she, starts mixing up like a Virgin Bloody Mary and something for Averjo to sip on. Who arrives next?
Stell is heading into the bar with the sounds of a few either that both Scream fans and paparazzi try to chase after him, and he shuts the door with a sigh of relief.
Well, what's got you in a twist, Mr. Popstar?
Unfortunately, my position in the Church of Set has acquired a bit of fame, and with that, a lot of unwanted attention.
Oh dear.
Especially from the female crowd.
I don't think that has anything to do with the Church of Set. If he like coughs and catches himself. If Alistair has anything to, you know what? Never mind.
Zell quirks an eyebrow and chuckles. Yes, I am very aware that I am attractive, and I am of the. I suppose you could call me a sex symbol, but I detest that term.
Fair enough.
Maybe iconic.
I prefer that. Thank you, Averjo.
Oh, sure thing.
But thankfully, my bodyguard should be able to keep the rabble at bay for now, at least until I head back to my haven.
Yeah, you can see them sort of like dispersing the crowd.
So is everyone here yet?
Nope. Still waiting on folks. Surprised Ophelia isn't here. Molly, Ophelia here?
Yeah, she should be here. She's just washing up.
Ah,
Molly says that, Ophelia comes down and is topless and just her underwear, Molly, where did you put the shampoo? Oh, you're already on here.
Rise just
There should be a fresh
covering
bottle
his
in there,
eyes.
Ah, there you are, Joe. Where'd you run off to?
Hey, how you doing, Ophelia?
My eyes are up here, Joe. Come on, focus.
My
she
eyes are up
naked?
here.
Just from the top up. She is wearing panties. It's
Mm.
just.
Rise is like, the bar is open. The bar is open. There are people here. Why?
No, there's not.
He
They'll
looks
quickly-
around. Where did everyone go?
Zell- Zell quickly averts his eyes.
All right, I'll be.
Molly
all right.
tosses a shirt at her.
Ophelia catches it and just slips it on. It's very obvious it's too small. And she's like, all right, Molly, get them set up with some drinks and I'll be back after I put pants on. And she goes back upstairs.
Already on it, love.
Love you too.
Quite the free spirit.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Always is.
Honestly, we've had a couple of run-ins with the cops because she accidentally flashed people.
You know, I'm honestly not surprised.
Reminds me of Woodstock.
He glances over at Zell. Oh, you were there.
That was fun.
I was mostly a voyeur, but I did see some very interesting activities.
I've only ever heard things about it. I was busy, volunteering, like a good citizen.
I think I spent the next 6 hours just watching someone move their hand back and forth across their face. I think they were a little bit too high.
That sounds like a horrible time.
They were smiling, so I'm assuming they had a good time. They
Fair
passed out snoring afterwards.
Ophelia comes back and is like, all right, now I'm dressed, and she adjusts the final button on her vest. Okay, now I'm dressed.
You look very
Oh.
well tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Molly, I broke another bra.
Great, I'll send in another order for it.
Yeah, God, it's such a pain in the ass. I don't know why I wear them.
I think it's for support. If you didn't wear it, your back would hurt.
Molly, I don't think I have to worry about my back hurting. Besides, even with support, these lifts them up and drops them always hurt.
Fair. Are we still waiting on people?
Yeah, I think we're is Marcus here?
No,
I don't hear
and Sylvia should be
obnoxiously loud music.
Da, 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 da.
Speak of the devil.
here. Speaking of the devil, he pulls up.
Really? John Cena?
The door just bursts open to John Cena's theme song.
Oh
Okay.
God, that hurt.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I wasn't drinking.
Steven, you're
then.
muted. So.
Oh my God.
Sylvia
had me
slinks
laughing.
in.
Make a
I'm
stealth
so glad I
check.
wasn't drinking. That completely caught me
Alright.
off guard.
Yep.
So
I usually
Yeah.
do.
yeah, Marcus, you walk in, speak of the devil.
I will say there is music playing that as Marcus is coming in.
What music?
The
Boom
music of
by
love.
Baby No Money.
She got that boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's like, speak of the
nice.
speak of the fucking devil. All right,
And he
and
shall
she like,
appear.
unfortunately, she rubs her eyes like, all right, everybody's here. So, let's
Well, what about Sylvia?
I said Sylvia slinks in.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
She's sneaky,
Just
sneaky like that.
all right, everybody, all right, everybody's here. Molly, go join everybody else at the big table in the back. I'm gonna lock up.
You said no
Okay.
one was here. You lied to me.
I was
No,
about
people-
to lock the door. I was shutting down the bar.
Yeah, and then Ophelia like goes outside. If there's any stragglers from like Zell's crowd, she's like, get out of here, shoo.
Get on and get.
Get on.
Don't get.
Shoo before I add a T to the end of that statement. And then she comes back in, locks the door. Alrighty. And she turns off the sign. Okay. So, who wants to talk first?
I'm kind of not in the mood to talk for once.
That's odd. Something happened?
Just on my mind, you know, the wedding planning. He's
Okay.
just like scrolling through his phone. You see he's like matching colors. He's like, no, those don't work. And that doesn't work either.
Rise
I mean,
kind
we're
of like
dealing-
leans in and he's like, "So are you gonna go in the uniform?" I think Jade would really like.
He doesn't look up from his phone, but his eyes shoot at Rise, and he's like, hold on, do I still have that uniform?
He just
Okay,
like
well,
you're onto
smiles and
something.
leans back into his chair like, "I had a good idea."
Alright.
Averjo points at his suit. Do you think maybe this floral pattern would look nice in it?
Okay, we're not talking about the wedding.
Sorry.
Not yet, but it would seem now we are.
Joe,
You
you
said
are
who wanted to
still-
speak first.
Joe, you are still primed for a punching after the shit you pulled at the Camarilla. Now's not the time.
Okay.
What? Rise will speak of. What exactly happened at the Camarilla? Because you guys go, and then suddenly the Camarilla is no more?
From what Ophelia described, it's like they put the prince's braid in a blender.
Oh my god. I actually
If you would
liked
like.
him and his company. What the hell did you do?
I
If
didn't
you
do
would like,
anything. It was
I
all
will-
Joe.
If you would like,
Zelda-
I will explain.
Please do.
Zell quirks an eyebrow. You disabled Prince Silas?
To be fair, says a voice from the corner, he had it coming pretty much already.
Jesus Christ.
And Leon steps out.
Ophelia had her gun pulled and pointed at Leon. She's like, how many fucking times have I told you not to do that shit?
Look, I was just waiting for a chance to talk, but yeah, thanks to you, he gestures to Averjo, Prince Silas was out of commission. Everyone in the Camarilla basically was saying that having two parties, two courts, too complicated. This has been a long time coming. And with Silas completely losing it both after the attack on the original Elysium, and now this, thinking that Gehenna itself is at our front door. Yeah, they're not happy. So Prince Elen has decided to basically declare a state of emergency for the Camarilla. He's been he's sort of on house arrest, but he has very little status. It's like, how is it in Britain? He's a
face.
He's a prince, but has no power.
Hmm.
So, congratulations. You get what you want. Now there's going to be a scramble for territory on top of all the shit that we're going through.
Fucking hell. I already didn't want this because that means more fucking work for me. One night. I just want one fucking night where I can relax and enjoy myself. Run my bar.
To be fair, they're not going to be breathing down your neck anymore.
Yeah, but you know who is? Some young upstarts who don't know their fucking place, and some lichens who are gonna smell like wet dog and dirty breath.
Huh. I miss that smell.
Look, Elena has strict instructions. Anyone who wants territory that they seized has to make a deal with them. So, any young upstart is gonna be yes ma'am, no ma'am, 3 bags full ma'am.
Yeah. As long as they tell them to keep out of my shit. I'm already having to do.
You already have basically like a whole block cordon on yours. Elen knows not to mess with you.
Yeah, but do these new kids know?
Who knows? They might try something, but they're young, they're dumb.
Yeah, we all
And they're
were.
full of cum.
She punches Joe in the face at that.
I never
Sorry,
thought I'd
it's
see the day
something
where
that I've heard
Ventrue would
you
become
say
elected
before.
monarch.
Sorry,
Don't
what?
repeat me.
Ophelia, it's something you said before. I was just repeating it.
Don't.
Zell, what did you say?
Yeah, what'd you say, Zell?
Zell is chuckling and shaking his head. I never thought I'd see the day that a prince, let alone a Ventrue, would become an elected monarch as opposed to an actual one.
Well, these are strange times we're in. And to be fair, we're not exactly the most normal coterie, to be fair. I mean, we have a salubri, which is already a big thing. We have a man who's running for mayor. We have Pop Goes Punk and My Chemical Romance. We have two people who logically should be in a mental ward, and then we have me. I don't even know where the fuck to put myself because there's all kinds of shit going on through here. And then we have my wife.
Hello.
Who's perfect and
I
innocent.
think you're
in every
forgetting
way.
someone.
And your wife.
Perfect,
you.
yes. Innocent.
Innocent? No. I mean, if you saw the things that this one talks about.
No,
La, la, la,
please,
la, 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 la,
please.
la. Rise just like
Nope,
covering his ears.
Not tonight.
Anyways, let's get back on track. There's going to be people that are going to be taking up territory. If anybody wants more territory, this might be the time to grab it. I don't need any more territory. I don't want any more territory. It's not my prerogative. I don't give a shit enough about it. I'm going to defend what I've got. And that's standing on that.
Well, it sounds like you won't have to worry about that for the most part, but we'll keep our eyes out. Oh shit. Well. So, what else is going on? How's it going?
No, there's
Me.
some kids that want to study you, Joe.
Kids that want to who?
Oh. Some young kindred?
No,
No.
Huh.
they're mortals. I don't know why, but they're insistent on studying you and I'm saying this directly from their fucking mouths. Wealth of knowledge. I don't know where they got that, but
Not terribly uncommon. Did they seem like they were from the Inquisition?
No, the girl is definitely a little more on the shyer side. It genuinely seems like, from what I could tell, genuinely seems like she just wants to know. Though what she told me about her brother, he might be a little more on the jumpity side. Also considering the fact that last time I saw them, I think he tried to stake me, but I think I broke his something. Several things.
And you're
Did you
sure
ever-
they're not the Inquisition? How did... What?
Did you ever find out their motivations?
I mean, the girl and the boy, from what I asked them, that's it. But I didn't exactly get a lot. I'm not like Marcus over here, who's good with the whole talking thing. I get
Hmm.
distracted. I get distracted easily, and I like trains. All right, and I don't talk to people.
Sounds about right. Well, just another thing to add to the list. If you could get me in contact with them on at some point, if you, yes, of course, with you here, this wouldn't be an issue. If you'd like to invite them to Broken sometime, I'd love to meet them.
But trust me, I made an offer. If it was up to me, and I felt like they were any form of a threat, well, I wouldn't be telling you about it because they'd be dead.
Well, that's good. All right.
All right, what else is going on?
Are y'all
We may
gonna
have-
fill in that one on the other set of hunters that are on your guys' tail? Or he points to Sylvia.
Oh, yeah. You guys do that. Molly, you want a drink from the bar?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, okay. Ophelia heads to the bar and heads behind it, and she starts mixing up some drinks.
So, Sylvia, it seems like everybody wants a piece of Fabergé, for many reasons. But we kinda got into a scuffle with these guys who call themselves the Red Dawn. He glances at Zell. And this is our wealth
Yes.
of knowledge about them.
Yes, so I don't believe Sylvia has met Zell yet, so, Vale, if you would like to describe him.
Zell is, for all accounts and purposes, a very attractive man in his mid to late 30s. 5'9", androgynous features, leaning towards the feminine. Long black hair with a chunk of white at the front. Pale green eyes. Lean athletic
Nah.
build and tattoos of serpents, sigils, and will be considered satanic by Christian and modern society while wearing elegant and provocative outfits. So all in all, pretty much like the sexy emo twink that Ophelia likes to keep calling him.
Well, Sylvia's libido died with her, but she can acknowledge that he's a
Yeah.
good-looking guy.
Would you like to describe Sylvia?
Sylvia is itty bitty and blonde. She looks like Sabrina Carpenter, except she's not nearly as pretty. And is always just even if she was pretty, you wouldn't be able to tell because she's always got just a horrified look on her face. She's just so upset that she's not dead but not alive, and is extremely misanthropic, antisocial, and just wants to sort of be left alone and keeps getting swept into things. She stays alive out of spite and also her secret aims, which are to see her daughter one more time before she dies. But she doesn't get emotionally vulnerable enough to tell anybody that.
I just remembered, I don't think Sylvia has seen Ophelia since she kind of had her big new change recently.
And Joe's also short.
What was
Shorter.
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 Yeah, shorter.
Like a good
Ophelia,
foot and a half shorter.
Ophelia is
What?
wearing an eye patch now over one of her eyes.
Oh yeah, you lost an eye, didn't you?
No, she did not.
Hello?
And Sylvia would see Ophelia do this as she's making drinks. She doesn't add blood into her drink along with Molly's, and also grabs herself a honey bun, which she takes a bite out of. Like, oh,
What?
Sylvia, you want
Ophelia,
something?
what are you doing? We
Getting
don't
a
eat
drink.
that. Don't
I
you
mean-
remember?
Oh,
She's showing off because she does now. She's got all kinds of weird lichen mortal mixed in her.
it's not lichen. And she lifts up her eye patch, and her eye under the eye patch is green.
Mortal.
Oh my god.
Mortal.
You're
And then she,
mortal
like-
again?
No, and she lifts up. She lifts up a fork. She lifts up like a fork, and she's like, silverware. Her eye switches to red. Still silverware. Her eye switches to blue. Ah, fuck. Shit.
And there's the lichen.
I don't understand. We can become alive again? Why has nobody told me this? Sylvia starts to
No.
have a freak out.
I'm not alive.
No, it's some weird flub of her vitae.
I never told you how I was created, did I, Sylvia? I'm a hybrid of sorts.
But this change, it's recent, it's new.
It turns out, call it a trigger. Some emotional shit happens, and now I'm like this, constantly flipping. And that comes with the upside of being able to eat honey buns and drink alcohol again, though I do throw it up right before I, go to bed. But now my sire is back in my head, and he's talking to me. Kind of like Johnny Silverhands, but less charismatic.
Right, okay, I don't envy you at all.
Please, I want him out.
I would too.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Loose.
Thank you.
Bloosh.
But yes, yeah, it's a relatively recent development, and there's a lot going on. I would, prefer not. It's like I don't think it's very relevant, unless you guys think it's relevant. But I don't think it's pretty relevant to talk about at the moment, considering the fact that we're trying to, keep this guy, points to Average Joe, from being killed. Her eye goes back to green as she downs her drink.
Why are they
Still
trying
burns.
to kill him?
Well, let's kill him, and I think, okay, think about it this way. You, Sylvia, are a brochure. Marcus is your average historical library book. I am also that. Joe
Okay.
is an autobiographical, original written book
Are you
of a
kidding me?
lot of shit about Kindred.
Joe
They
is
read
literally
his
the
book.
library in Alexandria.
They read him.
I'm offended that you called me a pamphlet, for the record. But I
I'm a-
understand the metaphor.
Yes,
I
but
understand
they
the
read-
metaphor, I understand.
But they read Joe. They learn a lot about us Kindred. They learn a lot about us Kindred. They learn secrets that they shouldn't know, per se. Now, and she starts making
not
herself
as if-
another drink.
It's not as if Joe's a reliable source.
No, but knowledge is still knowledge. And who's to say that they can't figure out a way to pick out all the unreliable sources? Now, they know that we kind of exist, but not exactly sure about how much. I don't know how much they know about me, or about Rise, or all of that. Especially, I don't want them knowing about me, because then that means they know about Molly, and Molly is the only thing that's keeping me from painting the town red.
Love you too, babe.
And she slides like a margarita over to Molly. Marcus, you want something?
Yeah, she.
Want some what?
Ophelia kind of looks at him with are you fucking kidding me? Look like...
Wedding planning.
I
Hyperfixation.
am standing behind a bar.
Anyways,
Shirley
So-
Temple.
Oh yeah, pussy ass bitch, sure.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Zell just calls out to Ophelia, Moscow Mule, please, extra bloody.
Oh, yeah, obviously bloody. And she starts
Extra
making
beaten.
extra beaten. It's like, all right. But yes, is there anything else that we need to make a note of or keep an eye out for? Because shit's getting crazy. And to be perfectly honest, you all got into a scrap without me, and I only got to kill one dude at the Camarilla. So I am a little bit itching for, a good squabble, personally. But I'm not sure if that comes from me being me and growing up in, Boston when I did, or if that's the Bruja. It's probably a little bit of both. Sylvia would notice that when her eye is green, she's a lot more talkative, a lot more upbeat.
Is that the sire or is that just the lichen?
It's the green is mortal, so it's just her being more alive per se. She's a little more human, actually.
Lively.
Yeah, lively. While she's more lichened, she's a little more bestial. She'll sniff around a bit more, and then her kindred is her default. And everyone knows about the beast, so knows about the bull. So just is there anything else that we want to talk about before we, start coming up with plans? While I make more drinks, and while I think about other things. Leon, you got anything else?
Besides watching y'all's backs, not much.
I do have something a little bit. This I made sure that I would be of sound mind tonight for a few reasons, and one of them is to be very clear and parse some of the fog that usually comes with my presence. This isn't the first time, nor do I expect it ever to be the last. They've captured me before. They've barred me and trapped me and used me before. There's a reason why I am afraid of them, and it's because they have the tools to bind me and change me. He raises his hand and just kind of shakes a little bit of the dust off that's kind of is synonymous, almost like I've described it many times before, but think of it like a moth or a butterfly's wings, that there's a dust on them constantly. I used to be able to hide. I can no longer hide. I only run. They took my ability to hide from them. To hide from anyone, really. And replaced it with the hardy ability to not really die even further than I already did. Before them, Ophelia, you could kill me quite easily.
Don't be putting things down just yet. You're still, even after the fuck shit you pulled at the Camarilla, and if you're Steve, and the fact that I still detest you severely for that, you're still an ally, and I don't want you dead yet. If I actually wanted to kill you, trust me, you'd be dead.
I believe you, but that's not what I'm
trying to say. I'm not scattered right now. I am singular. And maybe it would be better if I opened the floor. Excuse me.
Bloose.
Just he
So-
sneezes
some-
and it's just a cloud of dust comes off of him.
Yeah, it is. It is. He steps
Just-
to the side, and a silhouette of himself, layered in dust, falls to the ground.
Just
Um,
completely covers the table.
Maybe it would be better to explain by opening the floor for questions. And Sylvia, you are here as well. I know things did not end wonderfully. I will ask for forgiveness for not exactly remembering all the details of it, but I've been told I was being a bit possessive, and that tracks. So sorry about that. But I just want to open the floor for tonight, and have you ask the questions, and I'll just tell you.
Rise
Okay.
had kind of been watching silently, but it wasn't pity, but it's more sympathy that he has on his face.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How do I break whatever it is that's tying you to me?
I'll shoot right down the center with you and tell you truly I do not know. But if I were to guess, I wish to talk about this to you. Sorry, my cat is very loud right now.
The baby!
The baby
Cat
wants
attacks.
attention.
Let's go.
Get out of here, baby. If I were to guess, and I really wanted to just talk to you personally about this, but why not while we're all here? I only think that I'm able to be present when I've got something to protect that's innocent. So, I mean, I guess you could kill somebody.
I guess there's my answer then.
I
guess-
don't want that for you. Maybe I could find somebody else. I don't. Here it is, Sylvia. I don't know if this will. God, I don't know if this will make you want to walk out into the sun tomorrow morning, but I'll just tell you how I see it. I'll tell you all how I see it. And the reason why I strive to protect you and I call you my children is because the older you will get, the worse this all becomes. It only gets worse over time. And you are all children. You are young. When we look at the lifespan of eternity without
I shortened without being killed. And if you, just like any mortal child, can have a good childhood, have a bit of time, maybe a century of time, because you will live for centuries further, a century of time that is pure, not fraught with monsters like we all are. If you're able to have time where you don't kill and start on a path that just takes you to something that you will not recognize, if you try to fight not for us, not for your fellow kindred, but fight for humanity and hold yourself closer to them than you do anybody else, then you'll have that time as an adult. And kind of gestures with quotations around himself. You'll have that time to look back on and use as a reference point to keep you grounded. Because the second you die and the second you live again, it's starting a new cycle. And you have to protect yourself. I think you're doing the right thing, Silvio. I do. I'd encourage you to stay away from any of us. From anybody that isn't kindred, besides those you truly trust that would help you. That's what I've seen work for children.
Thank you. I think I understand. I think I already understood, that it only gets worse. I'll find out some other way to deal with it until I don't have to anymore.
What seems to all drive our kind together and drive us forward is an instinctual fear of dying. And isn't that ironic?
I wouldn't say fear, per se.
I did say instinctual.
Yes, but isn't that just everything?
Yeah. Of course.
Everything that lives instinctually fears its death. The only difference between that most kindred have between mortals is, as kindred, we believe we are above it. At least most of them, but the really powerful ones realize that they aren't above death. They are towing a line. I mean, the line between life and death, just for us, is thin. It is a very thin edge. 1 second we're living, quote unquote, amongst them. The next, we do things that could be considered morally depraved. But in the end, we do what we have to do to survive. And while there are kindred who are unending assholes that do nothing but then use their abilities and knowledge to just tear into those who want to just simply live their lives, I believe a good portion of us just simply want to get through the next night. Am I wrong?
Don't look to me for that answer. Look to your fellows.
I'm looking to everybody here.
Very
Mostly,
mortal
I'm
of
talking.
you.
I'm speaking for myself mostly, but I just want to be here. I know.
I also
much-
I also love just in the background, even though Marcus did just say something, I love in the background how I'm just imagining as Averjo is just giving this heart to heart and just laying it out. Marcus isn't listening to a word and is just hyper focused on his phone.
He's just on
Oh yeah,
Pinterest.
no, I will be 100% this entire time just to be in character. I made a wedding playlist.
Oh god damn
Oh
it!
my god!
I love it. I love it.
Eh,
I love it. I
oh.
love it.
Ophelia is like, but while I do believe a good portion of us aren't exactly like this of our own free will, as shit as some might say, God dealt us some shit cards and we're just making the most of a terrible start. Working with what we got. But there's nothing wrong with that. However, when it comes down to it, just like, well, she looks around, and okay, so this is a bit more centered on people like me who blend into the dark a little more naturally, but
Whoa, whoa.
when you get used to it, when your first breathing moments are spent saying anyone who sunburns, there's a good chance they want to see you from a tree. You get used to the idea of playing things safe. But here I am now. Can't exactly play things safe anymore. Playing it safe has its risks and benefits. Benefits, you stay out of the limelight. Downsides, well, people get hurt. Usually I'm fine with that. It's not exactly my place. Till it starts affecting the people that I care about. And you, Joe, unfortunately for me, are someone I care about.
That's nice.
As such, I gotta pay a little closer attention, and I have to do something about this to help you. Besides, can't exactly I can't exactly die till this asshole looks at a small list she keeps on the bar. This asshole comes back and pays his fucking tab.
During this, Rise has been silent, but there's something going on in his head. He keeps catching Averjo's eyes like he wants to do something, but then he looks away and he keeps looking conflicted.
Interesting.
If I may, Miss Daniels.
Okay, don't fucking say it like that. Please and thank you.
Coming from a perspective, it was very human of you.
I mean,
You are
she
not.
points to her eye.
Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, for as brutish as you can be, I think that was one of the more genuine sides of you that you've shown any of us.
I mean, that's what Marco wanted. He wanted the perfect combination of she pulls out 3 glasses and it's she wanted the perfect combination of pours blood in one, kindred abilities, and she pours a hearty an Everclear alcohol, the hardiness of a Garu, and then pours a sweet sort of juice, and the humility and heart of a human. Separate, they're all pretty good. And then she puts them in a shaker, puts them together, pours a drink, and kind of gives it to Molly to give to Marcus. Together, though,
She passes it to Marcus.
He takes a swig.
Pretty good. It works out. The problem is finding those just the right circumstances. Plus, I think at this point in time, we don't exactly need a kindred or a garu. We have enough perspectives for the kindred side, and we don't exactly need a werewolf side. In this situation, we're dealing with mortals. Why not think like one?
Well,
Oh.
Sylvia asked her questions. The floor is still open if anybody else has some. Ask them now. While you still have me.
What's so funny, Zell, if I might add?
The irony of all this. We're all monsters in our own right, and yet at the same time, we are more human than the fucking mortals out there.
What truly is humanity? It's a weird fucking question that people have been asking for forever. Is it living, breathing, going out in the sun, or is it a state of mind?
Honestly, it depends. It can be a finger in the ass. It can be a fucking pleasurable experience, or it can be really uncomfortable for everyone.
I get the feeling you know that from personal experience.
Actually, I don't. You can ask Aliska that question. But the fact of the matter is, we all have more humanity than the people out there that call us monsters. And
I think we're. Sorry, go ahead.
that seems to be our only measure that we have. That aside, Zell looks at Avajo, seeing the absolute clarity and lucidity that still remains in his eyes. How long ago were you last captured by the Inquisition?
Ah, wonderful question. I'd say it's hard to put. Even time is weird. Probably anywhere from maybe 50 to 2 centuries ago, somewhere in that area.
Do you remember anything that was happening at the time that stuck with you? Maybe
The
we can
Sabbat
narrow
were
it
very
down a little.
risky. It was
The 50s then.
possible. Why do you ask?
Zell is in thought about this for a moment. I may not have lived as long as you have, but I do recall that at least one organization was starting to find its feet around the time of your capture.
Yes. I'm listening.
The Society of St. Leopold.
Hmm.
As well as the entity. They were founded in 1231 by Leopold of Mumau and Pope Gregory IX. given the timeline that you've specified, your last capture.
Oh, fun fact. Gregory was actually gay.
But given the timeline that you said you were captured, I would not be surprised if you were one of their first.
I was definitely not the first. But
I said one.
they
Especially
had
since
they had resources that weren't of. I remember that they had resources and technology that weren't of the era. Things that no mortal should be able to do. They managed to. It seemed as if they were able. Some specialists were able to take some kind of technology and use it to bend the very reality of what should have been true. I don't understand it still to this day.
That's just called the government.
Oh well. Well,
we can
was
cross
that
that
all the
bridge.
questions?
Well, we can burn that bridge when we come to it. I do have a lead on our little escapee from last night.
I'm sorry, so one of them, the people that attacked you, fucking escaped?
He was a kid.
Correction, he was let go.
Define kid.
Zell pulls out a print of the blurry photograph that he found on social media and slides it to the middle of the coffee table for all to see.
Ophelia
His name-
takes a look at it.
His name is Jack Coulson, 17 to 19 years, US Army. Apparently he was a bit of a gun and arm then. It's not normal for First Light to recruit someone so young.
Unless he's got a family member who's part of it.
That said, we find Coulson, we find them.
Want me to put out some feelers?
Happen to have a black hat in your pocket that can help?
I've got a bird. I've got a bird on my phone who can.
Maybe I can send your bird my hat's contacts. They could probably work together to triangulate the kid's position.
And Ophelia pulls out her phone and not even texting anything. She's just like, ow, you get that?
Loud and clear, darling.
Yep. Alright. Zal, you send that info to me. She'll get it off my phone. In the meantime...
Already done.
Perfect. We need to find this kid. He's got info and we need to know what he knows. Also, he's definitely going to be a pain in the ass. But this is New Orleans, and in this specific area that we typically run, he's gonna stick out a little bit like a sore thumb. I got a question for you, Joe, if you don't mind.
Yeah?
Ophelia sets a drink in front of Joe and sits back down. Her eye flips to red to match the other. Just how do you want us to deal with them? Should they should we find a way to take them out or deal with them per se?
That's the good question, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
After you, Abijo.
Just keep him away from me. I don't care what happens to him.
I can work with that. I can work with that. She stands up real quick and she's like, I'm gonna do a walk around the perimeter. Make sure
Oh
nobody's...
no, she's going for a walk.
Oh, ha ha ha. I'm not like Marcus. I don't gun tote. The people who go missing because of me are because they're missing. And she steps out the back door just to like check the perimeter. Make sure nobody's watching the bar.
Give me wits awareness.
Yes, 3 successes. That's actually pretty good for me.
Nice.
With my 1 in wits and my 3 in awareness.
You. You see a car drive away.
She she watches it. Like, how far away is it by now?
It looks like it just started moving as you had stepped outside.
Is it within 50 meters?
No.
Well then, she notices it. Is it like, does it look like it's out of place a little bit? Like, why is this car here?
It looks like a student's beater car.
She hops on her
you see-
motorcycle.
But you see two familiar silhouettes in the back. It's the
Oh,
siblings.
She hops on her motorcycle, and just everyone on the on inside the bar will hear as she takes off after it.
They're gone.
Joe, I do have one thing to ask of you.
Yes.
And Marcus pulls out this small little like notebook he keeps in his pocket. And he hands it to Joe. There's like a pen slid through the top of it.
Yes.
I want you to write something. Something
for you?
here. Yeah, something for me. For my eyes only. Do whatever you want. I just want you to write
Sure.
something.
Why not? Yes, he takes it and will start to just tuck it, write something real quick, but then keep it with him for a bit. Sure thing.
What do you write?
Just nothing much yet. Out of character, not sure what I'll write just yet. He's gonna keep it on him.
Okay. Is there anything else that you all would like to do tonight?
Rise wants to have a convo with Averjo. If he's
Fun.
willing.
Sure. We can say that you catch him after the discussion.
So I guess as people are walking out, Rise will kind of put a hand on Averjo's like chest for a second and be like, I have a couple of questions, but I didn't want to do them in front of people.
I did see you catch my eye a few times and thought about calling you out for questions, but I kind of got the vibe for once.
Appreciate it. I mean, my first question for you is, tell me how you were bound.
That is a complicated question.
You're a complicated man, I figured.
Short an answer, I don't know. Elongated answer, they took out... At the time, I had a charge, and they used that charge to lure me in. They did not survive, but when I was there, they managed to... It's so foggy. I know that there was other of our kind helping them with this part specifically. Some were using some kind of weird monolithic box that seemed to fold space. Anytime you stepped in a direction, it seemed like you would be stepping down a hallway that just kept getting longer and longer. Like you couldn't get to the other side of the room, as it would just stretch. Anytime you tried to take a step. And, well, I don't remember how they were able to take my consciousness away. I assume that is what the other kindred helped along with. He looks off for a moment. A different part of the rituals they performed. But they managed to bind me and convince me of things so that I would help them accomplish a few goals. Lure out some more children to have tested. And for a short while, I did willingly help them, and that I will not give you a reason of why. But that was very short-lived, especially when I found out that the children that I was bringing back were not surviving the rituals and tests that they were experimenting with. So, long answer, there you go. Short answer, I don't know.
Rise will kind of nod. How'd you get away?
Well, you remember how I said the Sabbat were getting a little frisky at the time?
Yeah.
Well, they make a great smoke screen when they attack and ruin a lot of other mortals' plans. And you can take ample opportunity when chaos erupts. We'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. Last question. For now, I guess. Sylvia. You were telling her that in order to get out of whatever this is, that she had to kill someone or do something bad, basically. I don't want her to have to do that. I was
Neither do I.
wondering... He, like, kind of pauses, and it's clear he's like not happy about what he's about to suggest, but he finally speaks up again and says, "You want me to make her not innocent for you?"
I don't like the way you said that.
Okay, yeah, that came out really bad.
That sounded a bit sketchy, Rise. Holy crap!
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans with Sylvia.
No. Please, no! I'm begging you!
Whoa.
Unless she wants to, it's her. She's a
Whoa.
consenting adult, but no. Rise kind of
Only
like...
fangs.
kind of like backs...
Only
fangs. Rise will like back up and he'll be like, "Listen, yeah, that sounded really fucking awful. What I mean to say is, I've got abilities like you do. I can make you think she's not innocent."
I suppose that could be the case. I've never really thought about it like that.
He shrugs and just looks down. I don't like using those abilities on people. It's usually people who don't know, and I wasn't gonna do that to you.
I would prefer that, to be honest. It sounds preferable. I would warn you only that if I do not have her as my tether, I do not know what will happen afterwards.
Yeah.
But I would be willing regardless. She seems to be very adverse to my company, and I don't think that's healthy for either of us.
Yeah, she seemed upset. I think it's just, well, I shouldn't speak for her. I don't really know what's going on in her head. But I'm sure she doesn't mean it. I don't think she means it against you, per se. I just think it's not her favorite thing. I don't know. But I was thinking, you know, depending on how you wanted to go about this, I could make you forget, basically. Or I could make her someone else in your head. If you had someone else in mind, that can ground you.
No. I think it'd be fitting that... I think it would be fitting that I keep... I don't want to lose her name.
Rice kind of
I
smiles.
think it would...
God, sorry.
All I ask is that you do it when I am not very present of mind. I don't want to be aware. You have my consent. Choose whatever moment you wish.
Alright. Okay. I can do that. And I would feel better if Sylvian knew too, but I wanted to leave that in your hands.
You can tell her. Just make sure he doesn't tell me.
Fair. I won't tell her about when. I just want her to know that she doesn't have to do anything. I don't want her to, like you said, fall so soon.
It would be very unfortunate. I don't like when you all... I don't like when the beast controls you all. It's not nice.
thanks for letting me do this, I guess. I just I couldn't stand to see either of you in pain.
Yes. Well, I think my words to you earlier this night ring truer than they ever have.
Rise will kind of shrug with a smile and be like, I mean, one good deed does not outdo a lifetime.
No. You'll be spending the rest of your life trying to figure that out. But alas.
If another weird question, he kind of like had turned back to look at him. If nah, it wouldn't work. Sorry. Ignore me.
Speak it. Speak it. Come now.
The woman
I
I'm
do not
going
wish.
to try to get free of this spot. She's had a rough go of it, and she isn't innocent by any means. Not anymore. But it wasn't her fault. She can't ground you, but I was wondering someone of your experience could maybe lead her better than I could. I know she wouldn't listen to me.
Well, I could certainly try.
Thanks, Avershow. I want her to get out of here. To be free for once, you know?
Of course. Everybody wants to be free. Hell, they made a whole movement out of it.
I feel like there's been a couple. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed, y'all.
Good
That was
night.
the
Sleep
whitest
well.
conversation.
Get
Love you
some
guys.
good
I
Love
want
you,
to
sis.
break free.
I want to break free.
I'm
we got-
sorry, I was holding it in, but my ADHD. Nope, I gotta do it.
I love it. Everyone has having like a nice conversation, and then Ophelia's out on a motorcycle chasing college students.
Oh, it's about to turn different, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Rise will kind of finish up and be like, I'm gonna go catch up with Zell. I know he said he had some more information. And we kind of have to find the kid. You know.
True. Oh, wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
Since you asked the questions you did. I do remember one other thing.
What is it?
I'd like you to ask the question, but yet I must lead you to it. I guess I like to be the center of attention sometimes. You know, I was able to hide before, and now I can't.
Rise kind of looks him over.
And they did it.
What did they do to you?
He leans in. This I will be unable to forget for the rest of my time. They used some kind of device to bind me down. They used some of the kindred that were there wore masks so that I could not see their eyes. They bound me. They flushed blood into me as if it were a transfusion. It burned like the sun itself, and they set me alight on fire, burning away the shadows that I could wrap around me, burning my body to dust. And only then, through the new blood they pumped into me, was the dust able to be reformed around my bones. And that is how my blood becomes dust. Because they burn the shadows away.
So are you... You, like, can't die?
Well, many have tried. Who knows? Maybe I can. Sun still hurts.
That's...
Hurts a little less, but still hurts.
Rise doesn't, like, say anything. He just has this, like, face of, like, if he could get paler, he would. And then he, like, just wraps his arms around Avrajo in a hug.
He holds her, and this is the first time he shakes just a little bit and just whispers in. They are more cunning than any of us know. They made a calculated decision, realizing that I have the information they want. Someone wants. I don't believe it's truly them who wants it, but they want it for somebody else. I see something behind the veil of their antagonistic desires for information. I do not think that they are the source, but the face that the source wears. And in their fervor to get at that, they realized it would be much better to keep me alive and make sure that I could never hide from them again. And therefore they did what they needed to do.
I'm so sorry. No one should ever go through the shit that you have.
Like I said, it only gets worse from here. Sorry to be so bleak. I'm a little bit more positive when I'm not of sound mind, unfortunately.
Rise just, like, squeezes in the hug a little bit and just shakes his head. I want to know, because you're my friend.
Yes. You are my friend too.
Rise kind of pulls away just a little bit and, like, if you ever, because I know it's possible, I've seen or I've heard you do it. If you ever want to forget everything, just yeah, I figured that would be a stupid suggestion, but I don't know, I just I hate that it hurts you.
Oh. Which is worse? Remembering nothing or remembering everything? That's a very good question. Let us go talk with the others and enjoy the rest of our night. Who knows? Every night, we hope for another. But thank you for listening. You're the
Always.
only one, you're the first one in a long time, a very long time, who's heard the process of what it's like to have the safety of shadows taken away from me. So thank you for bearing my cross.
Rise, like, smiles a little bit and, like, nudges his shoulder against Avrajo. You know I'll be here anytime. Or, well, I mean that physically, I suppose. You may forget.
We'll see. Oh, yeah, it might happen. Who knows? Maybe the fat cat will solve all the problems and the kindergarten will be full. But let's get going.
Rise is like, yeah, kindergarten. What? And he, like, watches
doesn't say
Avrajo
another
walk
word.
away.
And I think on that note, we're gonna end it there for tonight.
Beautiful.